Hi guys, welcome back. So today what I want to do is show you how to make some faux vintage ephemera or stationery for your journals. You know, I have a lot of truly vintage envelopes and stuff, and I don't have the heart to actually use them in my journals yet, but I love the look of them. And so this one is one that I actually made, and it looks like one of the vintage envelopes. It would be cute to stick like a little journal card or something down in there. So I just wanted to jump on here. It'd probably be a short video, but I wanted to show you how to make these vintage faux envelopes so that you can include them in your journals without actually using your true vintage stuff. Now, I just have some coffee dyed paper, and I think it's at 8.5 by 8.5. I really don't know. Just, you know, have you a little square. And I am just going to, you know, I'm not even going to measure, which may be a mistake with me, but I'm just going to just kind of fold it in to make me an envelope. And you can make it whatever size you want to make it. And it doesn't look like I'm even, but that's okay. And I will cut this off a little bit like that. Not that it's going to make a difference, but it will be fine. And then I'm just going to fold this over just like that. Okay, so there's our envelope. Now, the other thing I want to do is I do want to go ahead and before I glue anything, I want to really ink up all of these edges because we are going to fake this faux vintage or whatever. You know, it's not going to be a real one. It's going to be fake. And we want it to look as real as possible when we go to put it in our journals. And so you can round that little edge there. I'm not going to, simply because I have no idea where my corner rounder is right this minute. Because, you know, right now I'm at the old house and some of my stuff is out here. Some of my stuff is at the new house. I don't know where it's at. So I'm just going to say that I wanted it like that. And say I've done it on purpose. Okay, and so let's go ahead and ink up this area here as well, because you will not really see a lot of it, but you will see some of it. And so you can do this with like a coffee dyed paper. You could do this with vellum. You could do it with tracing paper. I mean, you can do it with scrapbook paper, but, you know, to have that true vintage look, you really want to use something that's kind of like this, to where it's already kind of quite aged looking. Okay. Now, the one thing I do want to do is I want to kind of wrinkle it just a little bit. Because this has been through the mill, because it's old. And then I'm going to take my ink and I'm just going to slightly go over like this, and it'll pick up those wrinkles. And that's what I want it to do. And just give it that really aged look. And you can grunge it up as much or as little as you want to. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that's looking good and aged up there. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue the bottom. So I'm just putting some glue on it here. And I'm going to glue the bottom. I don't think I got glue all the way to the edge because I folded it more than just to that corner. So I'm just going to stick some glue in there just to glue it. Okay. But, woo, sorry about that, guys. Now here's the other thing. This is one difference. We are going to go ahead and glue this envelope closed. Yep, we're closing it. Because, I mean, you can leave it open like this, but if we want it to look like it has already been through the mail from like way back when, we want it to be closed, and then once it dries, we will open it as though somebody would open it when they get it. So we're going to let that dry while we work on the front. Now again, a lot of my stuff is already out at the other house, so I am just working with some of the stuff I have. This is some kind of stamp. I'm just going to put it there. I have this one too, and I'm just going to stamp right on top of it. And then I have this. Now you could, you know, there are a lot of different stamps out there that mimic handwriting and stuff. So you can go with whatever you want to. I'm just going with this because really this is about the only one I have here. So look at that. It's already looking really good and vintage. Now the one thing I've done on the other one was I did put one of my little wax seals. That's the digital kit that is available in my Etsy. And so I'm just going to pull one out. And I think we will put a wax seal down on that. So the same thing, I really want to like get that wax seal kind of bent, because we really want it to look aged as well. Okay, and so now I'm just going to glue my little wax seal down. I'm just going to glue it down. Looks like somebody had sealed it before they sent it. Okay. Now let's see if it's dry enough that we can open it. I'm just taking a nail file because I don't have a letter opener. And I'm just kind of going through, and it may not be dry enough. So if it's not, we will go in there with the scissors and get it started. And I like the nail file actually because it makes the edges kind of rough, which I like that. So look at this. So this looks like a truly vintage envelope that I have received. The way that it's open, you can still see that it's closed back here. I've got the wax seal there. You could make this as a pocket in your journal. You could do it as, you know, a tuck, anything like that. And you can do it in different sizes. Let's see. Let's see about doing a smaller one. So let me grab this. Let me cut this down to like, I don't know. We'll see what maybe 5 by 5 looks like. That may be too small, but we're going to try it. We'll just get a, you know, if it's too small, we'll just know that it's too small and we'll do something different. Okay, so let me just fold this in. I'm just trying to see. And I'm just kind of creasing right there in the middle to kind of know where to fold everything to. So I just kind of creased me a little spot right in the center there. It's just to help me kind of know where I need to fold to. And this I'm going to fold a little bit higher than that center. And then this we will fold down like that. So there's a small one. Alright, and so again, I'm going to get my ink. Before I do anything, I'm just going to ink it up really good. because we just want it to look like it's really aged. You know, it's been through the mail system and sitting on somebody's shelf for all these years, and you know, it's been around for a while. So the more you can age it, the more authentic it will look, which we know it's not going to look really authentic, but if it looks close enough that it looks good in our journals, then I am good. So again, make sure you get this stuff right in here, because once we open the envelope, you will be able to see some of this. And you can even do the inside of the envelope some. And we may do that with this one just to see. Let's go ahead and crinkle it. And then let's go over it some with that ink, because we want to get all those bumps. And we will do that on the inside as well, since you will be able to see some of it. Okay, that looks really cute. All right, now let's go ahead and glue this shut. So I'm gluing the bottom here. Oh, probably shouldn't have put it on that top point. Nope, I should not have. Why didn't y'all tell me? I know somebody was probably out there screaming at me, but I'm stubborn and hard-headed, and so I probably just ignored you. There, I just bent it under. Take care of that. Okay. And then remember that we also want to go ahead and glue our envelope flat closed. There we go. And hopefully I haven't glued the envelope itself closed, but we'll know soon enough, won't we? Now we can do our stamps. And you know, this one's been through a couple of different postal systems here. You can do different color ink. Excuse me. But like I said, I'm operating on limited supplies right now. Okay, so we have that. And let's see. We'll get it started with the scissors, and then we'll come back through with our nail file. Ooh, I either stuck the nail file all the way through the glue, or I didn't glue an area. Who knows? Now let's just make sure it's still open, and no, it wasn't. Okay, it is now though. All right, so there we go. There's another one. Now this one, with the size that we have this one, you can use it. Let me see if I got my idea journal. Here's my old idea journal. We'll use it to show you. Find a page here. Okay, maybe I can find a page. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. All the moving and the dust and all has really got my allergies messed up. Okay, so we could take and we can either use this and just clip it in, or we can glue it in, and we could glue it on 3 sides and have a pocket behind, and then have that inside pocket as well. Or you could glue it down as like a tuck, glue it on 2 sides and tuck something down behind it, and then have that little area. So you have that you can do. These, the size this one is, you could glue it in like this as a tuck. You could glue it in like this as a pocket. You could use it as a side tuck. So many different things that you can do with them. So those are just super cute. Super, 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 super cute. I mean, we'll go ahead and make one more just because I'm already on here. But you guys, I'm sure know how to make them by now. Let's see, that we done what, 5 by 5? Let's do 6 by 6. Let's make some different sizes. And you know, just remember, if you do use your coffee dyed paper, it is a lot thinner, and so it can be a little more difficult to cut and use. Okay, now on that little one, what I done for that, to know where to fold it to, I just took and I kind of folded it over in half, but I didn't actually fold it in half, but right about middle, I went ahead and pinched it a little bit, and then I done the same, I turned it around and done it the other way, and then kind of pinched it right there. And so that just kind of gave me a little idea of where to take my folds to. It's not something you have to do, it's just, it just made it a little easier for me. And then on the bottom, I did fold up a little higher. And then I done the same thing on the top. I folded down a little bit lower. And then we have, and it's not straight, and I'm good with that. Perfectly fine with that for, you know, this fake vintage envelope. So this will be, you know, a great addition to your journals. Make it look, you know, you can really make it look like you're using true vintage ephemera in it, but you don't have to stop hoarding your vintage ephemera. I'm really bad about hoarding that stuff. I love it, and when I can't bear to part with it. I can't bear to put it in a journal, even my own journals. I just can't bear to, I don't know, I can't do it. Not yet, anyway. I mean, maybe one day I will get to the point where I'm like, okay, I've got so much, I've got to do something with it. I don't know what that magic number is, because if you guys could see all that I have, you would think that I should already be at that little spot where I'm like, okay, I've got too much, but nope. I don't have nowhere near enough, in my little humble opinion. Okay, and then I do want to crinkle it up, and then we're going to do some on the inside as well. So I'm just like really crinkling it, because, you know, it's old, it's, you know, it's got a lot of wrinkles. And it just gives it that more vintagey feel. And again, it's not something you have to do like this. I'm just doing it because I actually like the way it looks. And so I am doing the inside some, because you will be able to see the inside a little bit. Okay, so let's glue this down. I will try not to get all the way to that tip so I don't glue my envelope shut. And, you know, like I said, it's okay if it's not even. That's perfectly fine, because look at me trying. I was trying to take the tip off, and I mean the pin out, but I didn't put it back in, so I was really being goofy. And then close this down. So this project, it's something that you can do that will look really good, but it requires minimal to no special tools or anything. You can just have fun with it, with just, you know, junk paper laying around. You can do it with wallpaper too, like the some of the Tim Holtz wallpaper stash or whatever, because, you know, in searching for ephemera and stuff like I have done, I have found that especially during the Civil War, a lot of the letters were written on wallpaper. Yeah, so I don't know if they were just like taking it out of their houses. I don't know, but a lot of it was using wallpaper. And I'm actually going to leave that little spot like that because you would expect to see that in on an envelope. And, you know, I could try to do, if I had my fountain pens here, I would try to do some vintage writing on it using a fountain. I would not use a ballpoint pen because it would not look right. But yeah, guys, that's probably going to be it for today. Let me get these laid back out for you guys to see. So these are our fake vintage envelopes that you can make and put them in your journals and still hang on to your actual vintage ephemera. So go over, make you some, post in the Facebook group, let me see it. I love seeing all of the stuff that you guys create. Love it, love it, love it. So go make some of these and post it in the Facebook group and let me see. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.